Then it was Nikita.
Nikita.
And it was Cantwell.
Cantwell is perm. Oh my God.
You know, when you go to the strip joint and, you're being tight and you pay for the cheapest one and you end up with...
Cantwell.
Cantwell. That's just what was happening. So I made a lot of big mistakes. I mean, Fleck was an awful, awful decision. Nikita was dreadful. But my biggest mistake was I took out Kevin De Bruyne, and it was, I remember it so vividly. Man City were playing Arsenal, at Arsenal. Yeah. And I thought, he's not, Arsenal at home. Completely forgot beginning of the season anyway. Like, Arsenal are awful. They can't defend. De Bruyne has a blinder. He scored like 2, and I think he might have set up 2 as well. He got loads of points. Everyone in the league had him. I had removed him and put in Dele Alli, who was on
he had a spell, didn't he?
Riding the crest of Dele Alli. And then I'd also managed to get Jimenez because of how much De Bruyne was worth. And I thought, great bit of business. Came in, did a bit of a Harry Redknapp, wheeling and dealing. Didn't go very well for me and lost huge ground on everybody. And subsequently took me a long time to get De Bruyne back in because I'd lost all of that money by splitting it between 2 players. And I was too sort of stubborn to take the 4-point hit. So I don't think I got De Bruyne back until sort of 6 weeks later. And he literally probably had his purple patch in those 6 weeks. That's, for me, where I think I lost it. And then I was playing catch-up, and that's why I was going Nikita, and I was going, what was that other person called? Fleck. Anyhow, so my biggest move, my best move of the season was probably game week 33, 34. Played my bench boost, and I bought in a total haul of around about 120 points, I think it was. Yeah, it shot me back into it, and I was back in the mix, and I think that's why I was kind of 50-odd points behind 4th. But all in all, a bit of a disappointing season, but my second best ever season, guys. So I'm happy with that, and didn't come bottom, which is always a positive. And I was above Rikki from 5th position for a while. So, it's not all bad.
I was just thinking, did any of us choose our triple captain correctly? Because I don't remember if anyone used that wisely. Because the last 3 seasons, I've absolutely blanked on my triple captain.
I got 18 points off of mine.
You got 18?
Yeah.
I can't remember how much I got, but I did all right.
I got 3 points off mine. Triple.
Yeah, I got Mane was on a double game week, and he was on a double game week. The first game, after about 10 minutes, came off, pulled his hamstring. So he literally got a point.
He played 3 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah. Guerrero on the double.
Yeah, there you go, 3 minutes.
But we called it earlier in the podcast, earlier in the season. It was the Carne, Mane, that curse. You can't go with an Arne.
The Arne curse.
That's right.
Yeah. I remember I had Aguero and he was on the bench, unfortunately, but it was one of those double game weeks. So I think he come on and triple captain, he scored a goal, got a point for playing, and then got injured. All right, gents, brilliant. That was excellent. Good to get the insight and the intel from where it all went right or where it all went wrong, in my case. That all said, just before we move into the halftime break, we've had a lot of emails come in since you've been away, Sean John McGinn Fanboy. People have been calling for the 1 clock, 1 flop. We tried to do it one week, and they just said it just wasn't the same. They missed your phenomenal accent that takes it away. So take it away. 1 clock, 1 flop of the season.
The 1 clock, the 1 flop of the Premier League 2019-2020. It's been a season of traumatic.
I love it, the jingle.
Everything fantasy could dream. But guys, tonight we must. The award is named after him himself. There's only one man that has taken a team from 30 years of misery.
Harry Redknapp.
You cut out.
John McGinn Fanboy, you're clapping on the Zoom, but we missed it.
He's getting up having a dance.
Say it again, Sean. Who was it?
Missed it all.
That's what I've been doing the last 3 months, rehearsing that.
Oh, no.
It went really well until you cut out.
What was it, mate?
Oh, it cut out? Oh,
yeah.
no. What's his namesake? It was Jurgen Klopp. Come on, like Liverpool have not come very, and I really think he was the one man that kept it together all season. You know, his time last season was very much about Salah. This season, he was up, he was down, Manny was up and down, but throughout, Jurgen kept them going. On the other side, Klopp, there's only one thing.
So the Klopp was Jurgen. Jurgen will be really pleased because he rang in a few weeks ago.
And apparently he won his mini league as well.
He's going to have to ring back in. We have to get him on the phone, mate, in the pre-season episode in 2 weeks. We'll get Jurgen back on the phone. He'll be absolutely delighted to have won the Klopp of the season.
A big achievement. It might make him reconsider that when he says he's going to retire from Liverpool in 4 years' time. We'll see more achievements like that. But the flop of the season, the only thing it can be, it ruined the season, COVID. I know that's a terrible thing, but, you know, it never really got going again. Everyone was excited. Everyone had nothing else to do except football. It was back. The Premier League was back. Liverpool went off, you know, they won the league, they got over the line, but it was nothing as dramatic as it wanted to be. The only thing that was dramatic was the last day when the mighty Aston Villa stayed up. But apart from that, it really fizzled out. Unfortunately.
Aston Villa, though, they only stayed up because of VAR.
I mean, you can say that because it was a very contentious. Well, it was even Hawkeye decision, right? Not even VAR.
Against Sheffield United.
It was very close to the end of the season. I don't think that was the only thing that went for them or against them throughout the whole season. You know, if you look back, but hopefully next season it's back to.
They have to change the name of Hawkeye. It's like Shite Eye because it doesn't work.
Someone forgot to turn it on. What was the reasoning behind it? It's literally, I think someone forgot to turn it on or something.
First game back after COVID, right? And I think they just forgot.
Yeah, press the button. You're supposed to press the button.
Yeah, I forgot to press the button, lads.
Press record.
The hawk was in the toilet. They put in the pigeon. That was what. All right, gents. On that note, unfunny note from myself, but forget to press the button. We will take a break, ladies and gentlemen.
No, wait, you pressed it this week, right? Not like game week 12.
I'm no longer allowed to press the button.
He's not allowed to touch it. He's not allowed to touch it.
Away from me. The power has gone. But we are going to move into half time. I need to get myself to the room. It's been a long first half, but I'm looking forward to the second half. Thanks very much. Part 2 of Left Back in the Changing Room.
Way.
Hello, listeners. Hopefully still with us. Well done, you, for surviving part 1. Part 2, we are bringing to you the 2019-2020 Fantasy Premier League Awards ceremony. It's the awards of the season. This is what the players are looking for. They don't care about player of the season or young player of the season. It is the Left Back FPL Awards. They're all going to be tuning in, listening to the podcast, find out they won. We send in a trophy in the post along with Rikki Pellegrini's trophy for winning the season. So let's get down to it. Without any further ado, our first award of the season, gents, is the surprise package of the season. So, Patrick Vieira, surprise package of the season. Who are you nominating?
I'm going to go with Greenwood. I've mentioned him before, but he did well for me, and he's certainly going to be a player to look out for next season, but I think he was a nice little surprise this season.
Rikki Pellegrini, do you agree with Greenwood or have anyone to add to the mix?
I do. I think Greenwood was superb. I think it's a great shout, especially second half of the season. I think I have to say Lord Lundstrom, the man, he took everyone by surprise. Obviously, not only not playing in defence, but playing in that midfield role and a very attacking midfield role as well, getting down that wing, getting assists, scoring goals as well. It's got to be Lord Lundstrom for me.
Lord Lundstrom for Rikki, but he does agree with Greenwood. NVD, anything to add?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go for Henderson. I mean, we don't talk about goalkeepers much, but he was a surprise and he was part and parcel of the reason why Sheffield United defence was so good. So, yeah, he was a bit of a surprise and no wonder he's gone back to Man United.
Fantastic. I like that. Well, Sean John McGinn fanboy, who is your surprise package of the season?
Yeah, a lot of people, this won't be a surprise after his run last season and his ultimate point, but a guy I hate. He did it again 2 seasons in a row. Matt Doherty, so many points for Wolves, right? And I mean, yes, it's not a surprise looking back at 2019, but consistent, right? And I wouldn't have expected that. And I actually, it's much as I despise him, the last 2 weeks I put him in my team. So.
Very nice. Captain Russ, we've had 4 nominations for Surprise Packer of the Season. We've had Dean Henderson, Matt Doherty, Mason Greenwood, and Lord Lundstrom. Captain Russ, anyone to add to the Surprise Package of the Season, or anyone you agree with?
I agree with all of them. I mean, they've all been in my team, so I'd say Pope. Pope wasn't... he was, even though he played for an underrated team.
They aren't underrated, they're blinding. How disrespectful. Okay, so Pope from Captain Russ. Guys, I'm going to throw out, and I can't believe no one said him, but Danny Ings.
I was thinking that.
Expecting wings. He was a massive surprise. He's top almost.
Not for me. I know quality when I see it.
Wasn't a surprise to Sean John McGinn fanboy. He was cheap and he bought him and he got him from the start. For me, Danny Wings. So there are the nominations. Now we need to decide on a winner. Pope, Henderson, Danny Wings, Lord Lundstrom, Mason Greenwood, or Matt Doherty. What can we decide on?
We've got to give it to the man.
Danny Wings.
Red Bull gives you Danny Wings.
Danny Wings.
Danny Wings. Vieira?
I agree, yeah, it's a great shout. Okay. Danny Wings.
Danny Wings. So we've all agreed that Danny Wings, we know you're listening.
The official.
Red Bull Wings.
Right. In the changing room.
He's on its way.
Of the season 2019-20 goes to Danny Wings.
Well, hey, he didn't win the Golden Boot, but he has won the most prestigious trophy of them all, the Left Back FPL, the prize package of the season. Congrats to Danny Wings, our second award, Youngster of the Season. I will kick this off with the Youngster of the Season. I'm going to shout out Mason Mount. He came in, done very well. Didn't do it the whole season. Bit disappointing there, but he's my nomination. Sean John McGinn fanboy, who are you nominating for this?
We're actually getting a lot of points by the end of the season. Still young. Interesting where he's going to end up next season. I don't think he's going to stay at Aston Villa. I think Jack Grealish, he lived up to expectations in terms of fantasy points-wise. 150 points for him playing for Villa isn't to be sniffed at.
Very nice. Jack Grealish then and Mason Mount have been nominated. NVD, anyone to add?
It's got to be the man's second consecutive FPL season running. Trent Alexander-Arnold, just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Best right back in the world.
Amazing.
I have a quick question, gents. I have a quick question, and it should have been stipulated in the Left Back FPL rules before the awards ceremony began. But what age are we talking about for youngest player? Because, Grealish is 24.
Yeah.
Normally under 23 at the start of the season qualifies.
Yeah, that I agree. Definitely. Okay. 23s. The under-23 of the season, we got Mason Mount, we've got Jack Grealish, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Captain Russ, what have you got for us?
Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood.
Nice choice.
Patrick Vieira.
Peter Beardsley.
Blinding.
No, I'm going for Trent too. Yeah, he's been amazing.
Double vote for Trent. And, okay, that just brings us to our champion, Rikki Pellegrini. What do you think?
I think earlier on the season, I've got to have a mention. I think Abraham was a good shout. Came up from, not proven at this level in the Premier League and did well. He did well leading the line for Chelsea. So I think he deserves a mention in the youngsters of the season.
Yeah, Abraham, and he helped out Moses as well with his wicker basket. So well done,
I'm actually surprised that no one went for Richarlison. He would make it in there, right? And he actually did well as a striker. So I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you all voting for? I'm going Mason Greenwood. Patrick, who are you voting for?
Trent.
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 Have we decided on Trent? He's won it.
Official left back in the changing room. Fantasy. Young player of the young year back is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I say.
You will be getting a visit from Harold. So I feel like I announced it.
What a season from the lad.
Look forward to. Harold
We've got to say what a season from the lad. Like the fact that he's beat Vardy, Aubameyang, Sterling, Martial, Jimenez, Rashford, Mahrez, like all of them, really. Trent is absolutely superb and one for the future.
15 assists is nothing to be sniffed at, right? 15 assists is like from a defender.
For a right back, yeah.
But his price tag, 7.5 million. Do you feel that was too high?
No. When you look at who's competing with in that bracket, he's the cheapest in the top 10, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's the cheapest player in the top 10. So you